What's up, you guys? I'm in my living room today. I thought the lighting in here would be a bit better than in my bedroom, so I'm trying it out. I kind of like it so far. As you can tell from the video, we're going to be talking about the Balenciaga Speed Trainers. I have the Speed Trainer 2.0 with me right here, and we're going to take a look at, is this shoe still worth it in 2023? It debuted 7 years ago, but I would say it's still a very current shoe. So let's take a look at it. Let's ask the questions that need to be asked. Firstly, if you don't know who I am, my name is Ishi, and on this channel I talk about something that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is luxury fashion, specifically men's luxury fashion, because that is what I purchase. So if you are into that vibe, then maybe subscribe and leave a comment and join me on this journey of my YouTube channel. And today I'm joined with very special guests. This is my son Charlie. He's very shy, very quiet, and this is my nephew and his best friend George.
Am I handsome?
Yes, George, you look fine.
Am I a good boy?
Yes. Anyways, so the
Am I looking
speedrunner.
slim
Shut the
thick?
fuck up, George. I'm trying to film a video and you keep talking, okay? I'm gonna have to put you in your corner if you don't stop. So the Speed Trainer debuted in 2016 and it was an instant hit. It really struck a chord with streetwear culture at the time, and it developed such a following. It became the most coveted shoe of 2017. It was sold out in all the stores. It was so difficult to get your hands on. And at the time, I really don't think we knew how impactful this shoe was going to be on the fashion industry. All of the major brands copied it, and then they dropped the BSSS sneaker, which then set this whole dad shoe trend in motion. Every single brand for years was doing the chunky sneaker. I think luxury brands just didn't really know how to approach menswear. Obviously, men wear clothes too, and there was a demand, I feel, for cool, interesting, fresh menswear. When this shoe dropped, I think everything really clicked for the luxury markets. For women, you usually see things like the it bag. There are also like the it shoes, but really it's all about the bag. I think for men, it's different. I think you're more likely to have a trendy, iconic shoe than you are to have, you know, a really big bag in the menswear community. It's all about sneakers. Menswear is really influenced by the sneaker world. So when this shoe dropped and they saw how popular it was and how much money the male market was holding and waiting for something to drop that really fit their needs, it created this shift where we started seeing things like Virgil at Louis Vuitton bringing streetwear to the couture world, and Demna bringing more of his streetwear influence into Balenciaga as the years went on. Now, there are 3 types of speed trainers that you can buy. There is the Speed Trainer OG. This one has more of a single sole. Then there's the one that I'm holding currently. This one is the Speed 2.0. This one has more gaps between the sole to give it more of a flexible and sort of like 3D look as you're walking. And then there is the Speed 3.0. This one leans more on the actual like sock boots, like emphasis on sock. That one has a very high arch, like more, like it sucks in a lot more. It's way more conformed to the foot, and the material of it is also a teensy bit more sock-ish, if that makes sense. Now, if you're wondering about this specific shoe that I'm holding, this actually was purchased in 2021 by my friend at the end of this shopping vlog, which at the end of it, I was like, oh, stay tuned, I'm gonna like unbox these. And it was one thing from Fendi and one thing from Balenciaga, and I literally never filmed any unboxing for those things. So this is what he bought. So obviously there is some wear on the shoe because he has been using them for the past few years. But we have the upper, which is this black polyester, really thick knit. It's super stretchy, but also holds its shape really nicely. There is a screen printed Balenciaga on the side. Why couldn't they embroider that? Why does it have to be screen printed? Feels a little cheap to me. In the back, we have the stitching that holds it together and also gives it structure to really give it that sort of like foot shape. The sole is, the white parts is like a foam, which helps to keep it lightweight. And then the black part is the rubber, which helps to keep it durable for when you're like walking around. Because if the whole thing was foam, it would just feel so cheap. So I think that rubber helps to keep it a bit elevated in terms of materials used and also like lifespan. Although the rubber does add a little bit of heft to it. It's a very chunky sole despite it being a very form-fitting upper, so it does add about 1.5 inches of height. At the time of purchasing these totaled for about $1,100 in Taipei. This was in 2021, mind you. I think that there are a plethora of colors that are on sale right now on Farfetch, so you could get these with small variations to the colorway for anywhere between $600 to $800. So obviously the shoe objectively is quite a cool, interesting, fresh shoe. But in terms of time passing, are they still giving what they used to give? I really like Cassie's terminology in terms of how she classifies things as trendy, iconic, or classic. If you don't know who she is an amazing soul. I can just feel her presence through her videos. She really, I think, stands for this new wave of luxury lovers who are steered with their hearts, who are unashamed in their craft, and who truly enjoy the art of dressing up for the simple fun and pleasure of putting on your finest garments and stepping out and just being the character of you. So from my understanding, she will typically break things down into 3 categories when talking about if something has stood the test of time. And these are trendy, iconic, and classic. Something that is trendy is something that is new season or has come out within the past year or so. It's something that we still don't know has stood the test of time, or that we know probably is going to be on its way out in a couple seasons. Now, shoes that are trendy obviously are trendy because they're following a trend. Usually when the trend is set, the thing that sets that trend becomes the iconic thing that then stands the test of time in the hall of fame in fashion. But all of the things that copied it are sort of the trendy, tacky things that we don't see anymore. A good example of that are the BestiessS sneakers, a very trendy shoe that then became very iconic. I think that we're still going to remember them in years to come. And there were a lot of shoes that were inspired by that, namely these. Now, I love these shoes, okay? These changed my life. These are the Versace Chain Reactions, and they are a big girl. Like, I literally become 6 feet tall when I wear these. But I would not say that these are iconic by any means. I think these are a very trendy shoe. This is how I chose to do the big shoe trend. This is how I chose to do the big dad platform sneaker. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with knowing that I don't think many people even know about the Chain Reactions. I don't think many people will even remember them in a few years, but I do think that they're a very cool shoe, and I definitely have enjoyed my time with them, and I will continue to enjoy my time with them. But in terms of iconic, I think that definitely goes to the BestiessS, and that brings me to the Speed Trainer, because I think that this shoe definitely has surpassed trendy status. It's still being sold in stores full price, which for something that came out 7 years ago is definitely something that has stood the test of time, because there are like 5 shows a year for some brands, sometimes even more. Okay, you have pre-spring, spring, summer capsule, pre-fall, fall, winter, and then it starts all over again, and throw a limited edition collab somewhere in there. So it's very easy for luxury clothing to feel out of date within a couple months if you're not buying with your heart. And I think that the fact that people are still buying these for full price years later is, definitely, that's a difficult thing to pull off. So these definitely to me are past trendy, definitely iconic. The next step would be something classic. Classic shoes are shoes that will probably be around in 50 years. They are silhouettes that will never die out. They tend to be things that are a little bit more subtle, a little bit more minimal. Obviously, if something's leaning a little bit too much into one aesthetic, then becomes a very fashiony statement trendy shoe, and there's nothing wrong with that, obviously, but it just makes it more difficult for it to become something classic that becomes a house code, a staple for everybody's wardrobe. Like, does everybody need a sock boot in their wardrobe? Not necessarily. Yeah, I think the Balenciaga Speed Trainers, I think that they really are a very iconic shoe. So I'm gonna style this shoe. Again, these are not my shoes, so I'm gonna just smash my feet into them for the sake of showing you an outfit and how I would style them if I owned a pair of Speed Trainers.
So here I paired the Speed Trainers with this black and white outfit. I've got my favorite Versace jacket and some white sweatpants. This is my autumn-winter look. This is how I would style these if I had them for the winter. I think they look really good with a nice relaxed pant. I think it falls on the shoe really nicely. The sole gives it a nice pop. What I really like about these shoes is that they don't steal the show, but they are still very demanding of attention. I feel like for this look, obviously the focal point is the jacket, but the shoes, even though they're very minimal and easy, they're still very, very cool, which is what I really like about the Speed Trainers. They're just so effortless, so chic, and yeah, I really like this look. If I were to wear these in the summer, then I would style it like this. I paired it with a pair of black socks to elevate that like silhouette of the shoe more. Because they hit at the ankle, I think it looks really odd to wear them with no socks and shorts, so the socks really help to bring up that height, make the proportions better. Paired it with a pair of black and white shorts and an oversized t-shirt. Pretty nice.
And as for the future of the Speed Trainer, I do think that it's something that they are looking to make into some sort of house code, or at least some sort of code of the Demna era of Balenciaga, because they have also released it in a mule style since. They recently just came out with the sandal style, which, not gonna lie, is kind of giving. And from the little sneak peek that we have of the Spring 24 collection, which is going to be a see now, buy now model, similar to the one that they did last year with the Adidas collection, it seems like they're going to be releasing a new style of speedrunner, one that is more flat, more ergonomic, one a little bit more in line with the sort of flat sole, thin sole trend. So just based on that, for me, I'm definitely gonna wait the next week or so to see what they put out for the Speed Trainer line, for the future of the Speed Trainer. But if you are really in love with the sock boot version, I think they're definitely still very classic, easy, minimal, and they could fit into your wardrobe for the rest of your life, especially if you get them in a simple, easy colorway like this, or even a monochromatic look, all white, all black. There's really so many different colors that you can choose from, that if you are in love with the silhouettes and the vibe, I really don't think that you can go wrong, especially if you're buying with your hearts. All right, I hope you guys found this useful, interesting. Let me know if you are getting yourself a pair of Speed Trainers, what color. There's a sale going on right now, Farfetch, Essence, so definitely go check them out. Maybe they'll have a colorway you're looking for. Speed Trainers are one of those things that I would unfortunately avoid the resale market. I think that there's so many fake ones floating around. I just wouldn't test my luck. They're a little bit too in demand, a little bit too oversaturated. You just be diligent. If a price is too good to be true, it probably is. So yeah, see you guys on the next one.
Am I looking slim thick?